Hey everyone, it is Gills with the Power Talk here inside of T-Mobile Center. Kansas State falls to Baylor 70-56 and essentially ends its season. Wildcats pretty much from start to finish got handled by the Bears, and pretty frustrating way to end out the year. And obviously players in that locker room, Coleman Hawkins was in tears. Emotional stuff from some of these guys that saw the end of a roller coaster, right? A lot of ups, a lot of downs in this season, and 70-56, like I said, Baylor was just a better team, and obviously, I'm sure not having fresh legs, right, and playing 24 hours before didn't help matters, but a week of rest, 2 hours of rest, it doesn't matter how K-State uh, how much or how little fatigue it had. Baylor was just simply flat out the better team in this game, offensively, defensively, in all areas. Hats off to Baylor, and we can maybe touch on this season as a whole here in just a moment, and we can also break down this game. Before I remind you to obviously hit subscribe on this YouTube channel, and if you're not over on GoPowercat.com, get your first month for $1, become a VIP, plenty of written content, both free and VIP, and also the message boards. Be sure to check that out. In K-State, man, you shoot 3 of 25 from deep, you're not going to win games. K-State's done that before this year, but at 12% from beyond the arc, man, that's not going to cut it. And you can blame coaching all you want, but there's certain areas where players just have to go out and execute. That was not the case here on Wednesday. The bench made one field goal. CJ Jones was 1 of 6 from the field. Moby was 0 of 1, and that was it. You got no reinforcements after a quick turnaround. You can't rely on Coleman Hawkins to go score a billion points night in and night out. Now, David Gasson stepped up, right? 20 points for DNG, and obviously it sucks to see it end for a player like that who just gave his heart and soul, a double-double tonight, gave everything he had to this program. Gasson stepped up and just didn't get much help, right? Down low, K-State, Baylor you look at the bench points. I mentioned it. Kansas State only had 4 points from its bench. Baylor got 27, right? We could break this game down till we're blue in the face, but, Kansas State on the season had a I wouldn't say very respectable Big 12 resume, but Wildcats competed in a very tough league and just simply dug itself a hole early on in the non-conference. And, a lot of ups, a lot of downs, and you got to be consistent, right? Consistency is key. Consistency is what's going to win you games. And this is a team that just didn't have enough of that. And, the number one way to probably get consistency is continuity, right? Get guys coming back, get guys returning to your program, guys that don't just come in for a year and leave, whether that's via the portal or graduation. But, getting guys to stick around, man, that's going to be, at least in Jerome Tang's eyes, right? That's what the staff is going to value moving forward. Is guys coming back and building a foundation, and that's where you're going to get your consistency. You're going to try your damnedest to get Max Jones to come back. Doug McDaniel said to my face that he's going to be back, or he plans to come back. Paraphrasing here, but if you can get this, kind of this nucleus back, then maybe next year we're having a different conversation at this time in March. We're talking about K-State loses in the quarterfinals, but all right, are they going to get a 6 seed or a 7 seed in the NCAA tournament, right? You've got a long way to go, though, to get to that point. And it's going to start with, bringing players back, at least in this coaching staff's eyes, right? That's how they're viewing it. They want guys to come back. You saw a couple of high school recruits commit last week. That's the formula moving forward. You can't put yourself in a position where you've got to go win 5 games in 5 days to try to make the big dance, man. Like I said, in the Big 12, it wasn't bad at all. It was just the non-conference. You had any, no quality wins there before New Year's. And just a frustrating year overall for the Wildcats. And I understand that, of course, there's going to be people frustrated. I think we all share that, myself included. Anybody, as a member of the media, everybody feels it. Everybody feels it. But, well, what's the next best thing? I think it's as Jerome Tang would say, what's the next best thing? It's attacking the offseason, attacking roster management, attacking everything that comes here in the next couple of months before and after that portal window opens, to give yourself a good chance to have a successful season in 2025, 26. So 70 to 56, that pretty much wraps up this campaign from the Wildcats. Certainly a disappointing year, and Baylor really just thumped the Wildcats here in T-Mobile. So a long ways to go here in this offseason if Kansas State wants to get back to the level that it wants to be at.